I want to talk about corruption, a phenomenon that is pervasive throughout the world, yes, but that seems to be more so in Africa. The African Union Commission, in fact, estimated that on average, every year, the illicit financial flows out of Africa add up to about $50 billion, and that's a conservative estimate. You yourself have been fighting corruption. You say it's feasible. You have said this is a campaign that can be won, that tolerating corruption is a choice, it is not inevitable, and it is within our power to do so. But can you really root out corruption at the systemic level?
It's possible. For example, we have started with our own country. We have tried to put systems in place, institutions, but also carried out education throughout different levels of our society to understand the implications of allowing corruption to be rooted in our society. And we have encouraged openness to talk about it. We have had whistleblowers, so in other words, introduce a couple of things: transparency, accountability, and we have seen levels really come down of corruption in my own country. And this is what we discuss with the neighbors and others on our continent. We can deal with this problem. And already we know the dangers involved. We've seen that it is. So it's a mindset problem. If people don't want corruption and want to fight it, corruption will be reduced to the most minimum.
So you don't believe that it is also a cultural issue that has permeated some of the more local aspects of everyday life? And I know, just to put it in context, you say you've done quite a bit, and Transparency International actually ranks Rwanda the fourth least corrupt African country, and you yourself have taken measures to reduce corruption by putting, for example, government services online as a way to reduce the bribes that are given and taken. But do you think this will actually, root out corruption? How long would it take?
It will root out corruption, not only in Rwanda, even with others who want to root out corruption in their places or continent-wide. And this is why I'm saying it's nothing like, it is not cultural, it's not anything. It's only that it has gone on for too long, and the people have sort of made it a way of life without consequences, or at least they don't see the consequences. Otherwise, the consequences are always there. So, and by the way, the $50 billion that leave our continent and go somewhere else, you understand it's not just Africans involved. It's also those people where the money actually goes. So corruption is not African at all. It's a global problem, as you rightly say. But there has been more of it practiced. And many, because of different factors, including lack of governance, proper governance structures in place. Even underdevelopment itself has contributed to that, because people are given so little and end up losing so much because of that.
So you're saying a certain level of complicity,
yes.
If I read you correctly, within Western capitals, I imagine. But does this...
Even without Africa and the Western capitals, I think within capitals of the West there is corruption.
Okay. So let me ask you very, very briefly,